What if I told you that the Demon Slayer Corps isn't just a group of swordsmen, but a secret war organization that has existed for over 1,000 years? Not backed by the government, not recognized by society, funded in the shadows, and built for one single purpose: to destroy one man. Today, we're breaking down the complete history of the Demon Slayer Corps in Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, how it began, how it evolved, and why its existence is far more tragic and symbolic than most fans realize. First, let's set the stage. In Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, demons have existed for centuries, created by the original and most powerful demon, Muzan Kibutsuji. As long as Muzan lives, demons will continue to be born. And that's where the Demon Slayer Corps comes in. The Corps was formed during Japan's Heian period, over 1,000 years before the main story. After Muzan's transformation into the first demon, chaos spread. Entire families were slaughtered. Villages disappeared overnight. But the government couldn't acknowledge demons publicly. There was no official military force to combat them. So ordinary people did something extraordinary. They created their own army. And at the center of that army was the Ubuyashiki family. The Ubuyashiki bloodline is directly connected to Muzan. In fact, Muzan was born into that same family line before becoming a demon. Because of that connection, the family was cursed with frail bodies and short lifespans. Instead of hiding from that curse, they turned it into purpose. They devoted their entire existence to destroying Muzan. Generation after generation, the Ubuyashiki family led the Demon Slayer Corps from the shadows, not as fighters, but as strategists, coordinators, and spiritual anchors. That's important. Because the Corps isn't just a military unit, it's a legacy of atonement. Now let's talk about structure. The Demon Slayer Corps operates outside the law, but it's incredibly organized. At the bottom are the ranked swordsmen, Mizunoto up to Kinoi. Advancement is earned through missions, survival, and demon kills. But above them are the Hashira. The Hashira are the elite pillars of the Corps. Each one masters a specific breathing style: flame, water, wind, love, mist, and more. These breathing styles are not magic. They are advanced swordsmanship techniques that manipulate breathing patterns to enhance physical ability, increasing strength, speed, and endurance. The visual effects we see are artistic representations, but the power is grounded in disciplined breathing and body control. And here's where history deepens. All breathing styles originate from one source: sun breathing. Sun breathing was created by Yoriichi Tsugikuni, the strongest demon slayer in history. Yoriichi lived during the Sengoku era and nearly killed Muzan. In fact, Muzan was so traumatized by that encounter that he spent centuries hunting down anyone connected to sun breathing. This moment shaped the entire future of the Corps. After Yoriichi, other swordsmen couldn't perfectly replicate sun breathing, so they adapted it, creating derivative forms like flame, water, thunder, and wind. That's why the Corps evolved, not just to survive demons, but to preserve a technique Muzan feared most. Now let's talk motivation. Most demon slayers are not warriors by choice. They are survivors. Families slaughtered, homes destroyed, loved ones turned into demons. Sound familiar? That pattern is intentional. The Corps is built from trauma. But instead of letting grief consume them, these individuals turn it into discipline. They train relentlessly. They accept near certain death. The average demon slayer lifespan is shockingly short. And yet, they continue. Why? Because the Corps represents collective resistance. It's humanity refusing to be prey. Here's something many viewers miss. The Demon Slayer Corps has no official recognition from the Japanese government. They operate illegally. Their uniforms are custom-made. Their swords are forged from nichirin ore, a metal that absorbs sunlight, the one weakness demons have. Even their headquarters is hidden. This secrecy reflects Japan's historical tension between modernization and tradition. The story takes place during the Taisho Era, a time when Japan was rapidly industrializing. Trains, electricity, Western influence. But demons, they belong to the old world. The Corps represents the fading samurai spirit in a modernizing society, which is why swords still matter. Let's move into some hidden details and symbolism. The Ubuyashiki estate is always shown surrounded by nature, calm, peaceful, almost sacred. This contrasts sharply with Muzan's ever-changing, artificial environments. Symbolically, the Corps is rooted in nature and tradition. Muzan is artificial evolution. Another detail, the Hashira are called pillars. In Japanese architecture, pillars hold up the structure of a building. Without them, everything collapses. That's not just a title. It's narrative foreshadowing. When a Hashira falls, the emotional and strategic stability of the Corps weakens. The story makes that painfully clear over time. And here's a subtle animation detail from Ufotable. Whenever the Corps is united in meetings, lighting is warm and golden. When Muzan appears, lighting becomes cold, distorted, almost suffocating. Light versus darkness. Human warmth versus demonic isolation. It's visual storytelling reinforcing the Corps' identity. Now let's get into a grounded theory. Is the Demon Slayer Corps destined to disappear? There's strong evidence suggesting yes. The Corps exists solely because of Muzan. It is not a standing army for general defense. It has one mission: eliminate the origin of demons. Throughout the story, we see increasing generational exhaustion. The Ubuyashiki family is physically deteriorating. Hashira are dying. The system is unsustainable. This suggests the Corps was never meant to be permanent. It's a sacrificial institution, built to end itself. And that aligns with a major theme of the series: breaking cycles. Muzan perpetuates an endless cycle of suffering by creating demons. The Corps sacrifices itself to break that cycle permanently. One side clings to immortality, the other accepts mortality. That philosophical clash is the heart of the story. Now, why does all of this matter? Because when you watch characters like Tanjiro Kamado training, fighting, and growing, you're not just watching a personal journey. You're watching the culmination of a 1,000-year war. Every swing of his blade carries the weight of every fallen demon slayer before him. Every breathing form connects back to Yoriichi. Every strategy ties back to the Ubuyashiki vow. The Corps isn't background lore. It's the spine of the entire narrative. Without it, Tanjiro would just be a boy seeking revenge. With it, he becomes part of something bigger than himself. And maybe that's the real beauty of the Demon Slayer Corps. It's not about power levels. It's not about flashy techniques. It's about inherited will. 1,000 years of people choosing courage over fear, choosing unity over isolation, choosing sacrifice over selfish survival. So the next time you see the Hashira assemble, or hear the Ubuyashiki speak calmly about impending death, or watch a demon slayer grip their sword despite trembling hands, remember, you're witnessing the final chapter of an ancient organization that was never meant to survive, only to succeed. And here's the question I want to leave you with. If the Demon Slayer Corps achieves its goal, and demons disappear forever, what happens to a world that no longer needs heroes like them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy deep dives into the hidden history and symbolism of Demon Slayer, Make sure to subscribe and like the video.